YouTubers, Mike Martins here. Mike Martins channel, just exiting the parking lot here at the local Pharmasave. And what do I want to tell you guys today? I want to bring up something, actually something very interesting I want to throw up there. I want to talk about people running in council, okay, in big cities. I'm not talking about me running for council. I don't care about me. I'm talking about people running for council in big cities. And the number one thing they look to do is to how much tax can they get out of somebody. So I had somebody on my show last night who's running for it was a Rexdale, or I can't remember. I just right out of my head, over by the Yorkdale area there. Anyways, he's running. His name is MOBI, and we had a conversation, and he brought something up where they're looking to create a tax on the city. So there's going to be, within the city boundaries, there'll be a city tax, like 4, 5, 6%. Then you'll have your provincial sales tax, which is, I think, 7%, and then you'll have your government sales tax, which is federal, which is 5%. So they're thinking of creating a city tax. Now, the problem is now, with being a city councilor, how do you stop people from exiting the cities? There's a mass exodus in Sydney, Los Angeles, San Diego, Vancouver, Melbourne now. Melbourne is like now people leaving now. Auckland, there's been a mass exodus in Auckland for the last 3 years now. So what is happening, people? Now they want to tax the cities. So the problem is, let's say somebody owns a vacant property. Let's say there's a foreign investor. They own a vacant, but they're not there paying taxes. They're not there buying groceries. They're not there contributing to the infrastructure. It's just an investment property. Okay, so then what happens? You know what happens? A lot happens. It's the working poor that's got to fit the bill. That's the problem. So if they're thinking of taxing cities, man, I feel for the people, man. I really feel for the people, because then people will move their companies or move just outside of city limits to make it cheaper. That's got to kill. And then what you're going to get your gas bill, for example. You get your gas bill, right? Because you're in the city, it's going to show, then it's going to show a city tax, and then you get taxed on that too. That's death to the city. That is death to the cities. So many cities. London. Everyone's moving to Middle England from London. And it's all usually right-leaning people that want ownership, that want to own, that want to live the American dream, or the Australian, or the Canadian dream, or the UK dream, or the New Zealand dream, to own property and to be landowners, you know. And that's when you start getting conservative. You want what you want. You want to work towards what you have. You don't want to surrender you don't want to surrender ownership to the left to be socialized. So everybody gets the same thing, and everybody gets payments and stuff, and everybody's greedy about or angry about what you have, because they want what you have, but they don't want to work for it. And that's a big problem, you know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to bring this up. I'm going to see a lot of people running to the hills. I don't know if you know that Iron Maiden song, Run to the Hills. Everyone's going to run. If they decide to implement a city tax, right now people are paying $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 a month rent. A lot of people in those cities for a one-bedroom, a lot of people have been massaged into believing that this is the normal thing. It's not the normal thing. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's not the normal thing. So what's going to happen, people? I'll tell you what's going to happen. More and more people are exodusing, and they're not feeding the infrastructure anymore. What's happening is you're getting people that get taxed from their wages and pay taxes on everything they buy and on their petrol. And if they're not living in those cities anymore and they're leaving, the city needs to find a way to fund its infrastructure. And I've already said this before, and I can see this happening deep down in my heart. I can see little towns like mine have to fork over money every quarter or every month to big cities like Vancouver, because they can't keep their infrastructure afloat because everyone's moved here. So I'm one of those statistics. I left a big city. Now I live in a small town. I work two 2.1 kilometers from my house. I drive by choice. I got to make deliveries. I had to deliver a pile of stuff that I sold on eBay. I started a business from home, and it's being very lucrative. So I just wanted to put this out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. Are there people in town that don't like me? Yeah, there's a small group of people that dislike me and dislike my family and don't want us here. And that's probably what's going to win me city council, is the hate that people have. But I've been collecting, documenting everything. I've been handing stuff to my lawyer as we go along. And yeah. So I just wanted to throw this out there, guys. Mass exoduses of the city. If they propose a city tax on the city you live in, are you going to run to the hills? Are you going to be down with that? I'd like to know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they propose a city tax on this small town here, it's like 7,000 people. If they did that, I'd move to the outskirts. I'd rent the house out I have and buy some land and build a mansion or something beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I'd like to know. Mass exodus, run to the hills. Everyone's already leaving the big cities, and they're trying really hard to camouflage it. Now they're looking to tax the big city residents in their jurisdictions, so they can make more off them, because they're not getting the residual they did before when people weren't running to the doors. And a lot of people that are running to the doors are the right-leaning people that work, the people that really want to make a difference, that want ownership, that want, you know what I'm saying? They're getting fed up, especially the ones that want to own. They want out. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Am I right or wrong? Let me know in the comments below.